Okay, are we in danger of becoming either dystopia? If so, which is more likely? This is our takes. As I said before, 1984 style dystopia is unlikely to last a long time. It can, of course, come into being. We've seen it happen.
Yeah.
We saw that the Soviet Union lasted around 70 years of this torment. At first, it was really bad, and then, like, as we got in the 70s, 80s, it was kind of liberalizing.
Yeah, it eased up.
It had to survive, and it still died.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba is slowly becoming less communist in order to survive as well. They have to, put food on the table. Communism doesn't help with that. North Korea is the only communist totalitarian state remaining, and considering its people have been starving for generations, it'll hopefully go to dustbin of history soon, and we can hope for a good ending there, but who knows?
One thing we can say, though, is that they have 0 incidents of the unknown virus of unknown origin. That's how perfect their society is. That's just so perfect that they have kept it at bay.
Are you talking about COVID?
I'm talking about, I'm talking
probably
about
because
that.
Nobody goes there. Like, nobody wants to enter the country.
Well, that's true. Yeah, there'd be no way for it to spread because no one's going to go in there. We shouldn't be laughing at this because there are people starving over there.
I'm just thinking of Little Rocket Man.
Little Rocket Man. Maybe he's got one of those Brave New World rockets. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, I see Brave New World as more likely. Much of Huxley's futuristic technologies are more realistic than they were back in 1932, and it's crazy that he was predicting this in the 30s.
Yes.
We have in vitro fertilization, or IVF, which allows eggs to be fertilized outside of the womb. Scientists are working on making human cloning a reality. It is only a matter of time before professionals will be able to simulate a womb and grow a healthy baby purely in a test tube until it's fully ready, fully mature. A related danger is the widespread availability of hardcore pornography, which we see today. Like the children in Brave New World, we are encouraged to have sex with each other. Our children are exposed to porn when they are 8 to 11 years old on average in this country. I did some research to verify that.
Yeah.
And lots of children get it when they're like 6, which is sick. Many see it when they're very young.
Yeah, it's just so many screens everywhere.
Yep. What effect is this having on how we view other people in the opposite sex? Are they objects or are they people with dignity?
In my opinion, a lot of the things we see in 1984 and Brave New World are coming true. Maybe not exactly the way they're painted, but there are definitely some similarities to our own world. The NSA and FBI, wiretapping, spying, that they're listening. The Patriot Act was a step towards that, towards a surveillance state.
Explain
it exists.
That.
It was sort of a pretty loose license on being able to listen in on people if they're suspected of being connected with terrorism.
So you don't need a warrant?
In some cases, we can go back and talk about the FISA courts, and how in order to get a FISA warrant, you go through that. And it kind of allows you to circumvent. It's like a secret court. And it allows you to circumvent the normal ways in which you would get a warrant in order to wiretap somebody. And you run the risk of unmasking and things like that. So, you're going to be listening on conversations where your target is talking to someone who is completely unrelated. But, of course, it's a conversation, so you can't just clip out, the person who's innocent. So that is documented. What they've said is documented, even though they aren't the intended target. So that information exists. It's on some document somewhere. And, if it leaks, then that information's out. So the Patriot Act was a move, maybe well-intentioned, trying to stop terrorism. It inadvertently has violated the rights of many American citizens and continues to this day with the surveillance state at large. Especially in the UK with their CCTV systems, they have cameras everywhere. So Orwell, I think, got that right, and the surveillance state's not going anywhere. Social media tech also allows for easy deletion of speech and replacement of speech. And AI-controlled Google searches redirect information requests in searches. That was exposed by Project Veritas like 1.5 years ago. SOMA hasn't been created yet, but as Robert McNeil observes, television is the SOMA of Huxley's Brave New World.
Amen.
Yeah. If you want more proof that Huxley was onto something, go read Amusing Ourselves to Death by Neil Postman. That's where I got that Robert McNeil quote. Great book.
Yep, it is.
Huxley's vision is, in my opinion, more accurate in the current year because millennials and Gen Z don't know their history. They are pretty apathetic. They don't read, and they are addicted to their phones and social media and binging television. They don't go to church as often, and they take drugs. They're bringing drugs. They're rapists.
Yep.
However, in all seriousness, depression and anxiety rates are up. And if you want to have a dystopia that works for you, it relies on happiness. In both cases, in both novels, the dystopia relies on happiness. Happiness in spite of your terrible conditions in 1984, or happiness from all the drugs and sex you're having in Brave New World. Neither of those realities will come true unless the people, mass happiness is mandated or created. Mic drop.
Thanks for listening to the Sons of Antiquity highlight reel. To hear this clip in context and to enjoy our full-length episodes, check out the links in the description or search Sons of Antiquity on YouTube, BitChute, Spotify, or Apple and Google Podcasts.